And I'm back with a little bit of a video here today with the Washington Nationals, even though, yeah, they're playing in Montreal Expos uniforms. I just thought I'd clarify that. I'm not having a good night. I'm literally like, oh, partly because I just figured out PS4 does remote play. So, yeah, I'm just like pissed. At that, it's mostly just that they done fucked up some aspects of it. Like, you can't broadcast, but you can have a microphone and the remote play. It's like what? Like, why not just make it so you can broadcast? Or why not just do the remote play where you literally can play over data? Like most of us have unlimited plans. Like, I mean, when I say most of us, I'm just assuming most people do. It's really like it's just like why is that not even an option? Like you know, like I get it. I get they use a lot of data. I'm not stupid, but I just kind of get pissed when I'm like, oh man, I want to do it over the bus ride or something like that. And it's like, nope, because Sony's not forward thinking enough. I mean, it's just like they tantalize with that bull crap, you know? They tantalize with that, and it's like, nope, we can never give you the good thing right away. Like I just got it for Android. Been trying to do that. I I revived my old phone to do it because I wanted to see if that would work. Because I'm trying to do Uber eventually today or weekend, and of course I'm so fucked up. I don't know why I'm fucked up, but like I'm about ready to snap. Like part of it, like if we're being truthfully honest, like part of it is me being just shit at the moment hitting wise, and that part of it's that. I'm about ready to like go off, and I don't want to go off. Like on like I think I was broadcasting yesterday or something like that. Like there's a way to blow up tastefully when you're like like one of the things I'm trying to do is not call people like pigs or animals or whatever. I mean that's just generally not good. Like, but when I'm angry, obviously I let it fly because I'm just like those animals, those fucking animals. And then like a dog just looks at me like, "What the fuck you talking about, bro?" Like, but it's like it's just like when I don't know, I have anger management issues, so sue me. But you know, like then you get like it's just a weird way to explain it because it's almost better not to explain it. But when I call people like animals, it's not like I'm really calling them animals. It's just like they sucked. They sucked at what they're doing. They blatantly lied or kind of lied and all that stuff. And I'm just like, come on. Or something just didn't go my way. I don't know. I'm human, all right? Like I'm not perfect. I will never ever espouse that cuz I am not. No, I don't think anything ever is really you know, like this is a football reference in a baseball video, but one of the things with that is like yeah, you should have tried to catch that, but whatever. But one of the things if you look at the 72 Dolphins, right? If you have a perfect season, right? And right, they're the football perfect season. They played 14 games, but if you look at the winning percentage of the teams they played, and this is not even to knock them, it's really just kind of like just what I'm trying to say is nothing is ever going to be perfect in this world. There's always going to be a flaw. like with that team, you could say, oh, they didn't play the best teams. And I mean, in my honest opinion, like I don't always agree with that, but it's just an example of hey, everything has a flaw. Everything's got a weakness or a weak point to it, you know. And I'm not saying that because I'm a Patriots fan and I'm jealous that the Patriots didn't go 19-0 or whatever. No, it's just fact. Like that team had a weakness. That team didn't show up in the Super Bowl. Like literally, you know. They had they were just not good at that game. Like that team, especially that offensive line. I'll be honest with you, that offensive line in the Super Bowl they lost against the Giants when they went 18-1. That line was just terrible. Like it was a great line during the season. It just didn't show up in that one game. You know what I mean? Like you can't have that. You got to show up at the biggest games. You know. Like right now, my team is not in the playoffs. I don't think. It's kind of why I wanted to do this. To be honest, well, I mean, I can't always do an American League team, or like I gotta do some teams I haven't done in a while. And also, I just don't care anymore. I'm like I'm stressed out, like, cause I'm like I'm angry. I don't know why I'm angry, but I'm angry. It's like great, fantastic. Yeah. I mean, this team is not even in the playoffs, not even in the hunt. I don't know. Not a bad team. It's just that I'm not having a great year, you know? Yeah. It's but like sometimes it happens. To be honest with you, you have a team that has a lot of players that are good, getting there and then just stagnate. You know. Hopefully they didn't fire me. I think I left GM firing on in this because I was not smart. Like that is a fun way to do it, but sometimes you're just like, oh, I want to just literally play the same team over and over again. I don't want to experiment too much, and get like fired and then be like, oh shit, nice, gonna fall, gonna get that run in from second. Yep. Yeah, I've been watching old NFL films with the AFL stuff. The documentary they did, it's really kind of fun to watch that stuff because it's just like the music is my dad's music, which makes me kind of happy in a way. I mean, it brings back some good memories versus like none. So let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can get another run in or something, which we're probably not going to do, but whatever. Oh, he got a hit. I was like kind of kicking myself that I put him behind like Gaddis or somebody like that because I wanted to put someone, him. He would probably be the ninth hitter, and normally, but he's not the ninth hitter, and he kind of helps me out there because anything other than a double play, well, anything like that is good. Basically, my lack of words being able to come up there. There we go. Get another run in. Yeah, that's good. I like Carlos Santana because I always liked his little bit of flexibility that he has. He's a fat guy, and I respect that. But fat guy with a decent glove that can play first, definitely, I'll take that. Especially like because if you look at the first baseman I actually have on the team, they're all older, so you need someone that could DH and then put on the glove and come out and field a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking to myself a little bit tonight. I almost didn't do this video. I wanted to go to bed because I mean, what's the point of staying up till 12 midnight? It's not fun. I gotta be up early tomorrow, do laundry, go to work. So like, I don't mind doing Uber, but I don't like working 10 hours a week because it's like, uh, you know, not fun. Especially like when you're just like, I've been getting tips and I didn't do a shitting delivery today. Like, how the is that possible? That's not good. You get a Marte? No, no parte for Marte. Well, Santana, like at least getting 2 runs was good, but you know you want to get more, more as I told you, more. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna do a Far Cry 5 video with my friend Troy. You know, in the future, because he downloaded it. It's a fun game to play with a friend. Much, but it's like I might do a video with that tonight if I'm up or whatever. If I don't want to do it right now, just to give my games a little bit of a juice. You know. There we go, Pollock. Look, my Connecticut Middletown brethren coming up. Yeah, Middletown. Yeah, he's a really underrated player to me. He has good glove, no arm, but good contact, good speed. You know what I mean? So he's a left fielder, a center fielder. Unfortunately, him and the Dodgers just got their butts handed to them. That's got to be disappointing. Well, with my Red Sox, to be honest with you, like you got one of the things I didn't really love about this offseason, but I respect Mookie Betts. If he wants to go out and make all the money he can, you know, that's good. But it's like it's like one of those things. They should have got more pitching. They should have done a lot of things, especially knowing that hey, this guy isn't going to come back, and if that's the case, you can't like just say oh we're gonna do it, you know, eventually. No, if your star player says he isn't coming back, you go all in. You push your chips into the table and say I'm going to try to get that pitcher at the deadline. You know, or you sell. Like you go okay, Mookie, you don't want to do it with us. Okay, fine, we'll sell. But like what the? Did they just change pitchers? Yeah, they probably did. I really don't care. I'm up 5-0 in the second inning. That's that's what I wanted to hear, you know. All right, so we're up 5-0. Second inning. I don't know. The Braves just got blown out of the playoffs too. I heard. So you know that's not good for either of those teams. I'm really surprised by the Nationals. Maybe they don't need Harper as much as you know everybody thought. And I like Harper, but I like Harper because he's a personality. You know, he has a personality capital P. But you know, it seems that the Nationals may have been like tired of that. Like, you know, you want to put up or shut up sometimes, and if you don't put up enough, you know, the personality becomes a problem. And I'm not saying that personalities are bad. It's like you can take it when you're winning, but when you're not winning championships and going far into the playoffs, at least you're not going to be like held up as this great player. You know, I mean that kind. You know what I mean? Like, though, like to be fair, the Nationals, like even like when I look at the contracts they've given out to like Max Scherzer and things like that, it's almost like yeah, they kind of blew themselves in the foot on that one, shot themselves right in the foot, you know. But what you gonna do, right? Like you gotta like they pushed their chips all in a few years ago to get him, to get all this stuff. They got Anthony Rendon, who's really good. Um, you know, obviously I just chose to fuck everything up by doing a draft on this one, but you know, Montreal, I always kind of feel bad for them. Like the last since you know since what's his name, Bryce Harper and uh crap, not Jordan Zimmerman, the other pitcher, um Steven Strasburg came up to the majors. I feel bad for the old Expos fans. Like we had a team that could have gotten all that, but no, like I don't know. I feel bad for them because like it's not like I always think that that team was more mismanaged by the owners than ever than the fans. You know what I mean? Like it's like the only way I could explain it is where I live in Connecticut. We would love to have a team in Connecticut, but we would not be able to support it because our market's too small. You know? So it would be like ideally, I mean, of every we could like in a perfect world, everything like that, possibly get one, but it's not when you're sandwiched between Boston and New York. Montreal, on the other hand, is like, oh, you put a team there, it's not hard. Like it takes a village of morons, which they had, to screw that up. Like you gotta have people like that either wanted to move the team, which was very much at the end of that their team's lifespan. They didn't have the owners willing to stay in Montreal, or you had to have very short-sighted people, which they had for pretty much the other half of their ownership. You know what I mean? To like go, hey, we needed to do this. Like one of the things I've never understood about the whole MLB thing is if you're putting two teams in Canada, make them rivals, like divisional rivals. Like you got to do that. So I'll be honest with you, if I had to bring back the Expos, I would put them in the American League East for the sole reason of you have that Toronto Montreal rivalry. I don't know why they didn't do that. Like eventually at one point, like hey, we move this team to the American League East, we might have a chance with it. Or hey, we don't give it to Jeffrey Loria. I think that's his name, Jeffrey Loria, like the guy that owned the Marlins. You need to like look it up. The guy that owned the Marlins, like you give him a team, two teams really, and it's like, what the, why? Like, why'd you give him two teams, man? That guy's a pure shithead. He fucked two teams into the ground. You know, like, I mean, like, I don't know. I just look at that. And I'm like, how do two teams right into the ground? Expos and the Marlins. At least with Miami, like they at least got that championship and they still have their team. Montreal, man, they got screwed because that was like, I mean, I think one of the only major roadblock with Montreal being in the in the net in the MLB, as I'm stammering like an idiot. Not that people with stutters are idiots, but I'm just like stumbling here. The only reason Montreal's not in the MLB is because of money, and that's kind of weird because I'm pretty sure Montreal does have some rich people. And like the weird thing is, I know Canada is crazy about hockey, but if you put a team in Montreal, you got the whole province of Quebec. So, right, like what I mean is that the market is bigger than most people would think. Like for example, Hartford. I love the Whalers. I mean, I've never gotten to see them play. We'll probably never get to see a pro team in Hartford play. Hartford would suck because yeah, it will have a loyal fan base, but it's sandwiched between New York and Boston. So like your market is not even the state of Connecticut. If you think about it, it's really like Hartford and a little bit further south and all that. But you get what I'm saying? It's not even the state of Connecticut. Um, which is sad because it's like, I mean, I think I think it's also like it's like the way I look at it is the ideal ownership would like what I mean, it would be tough. Like the best way to get a team is to show you care, you know, or show that you have spirit. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's just not gonna happen. Or to have the right commissioner in the office that says, "Hey, we need to expand or relocate." I'm not really sure baseball has it. I'm definitely sure hockey doesn't have that because hockey is like, I mean, they're expanding right now, but they're expanding in ways that like kind of have some semblance of sense. You know, the Seattle is a kind of a market I would love to see hockey in. Las Vegas makes sense in that like it's a new market. It's got a much it's got the casinos, the gambling, and all that. If you want to get on top of that, show that you're a little bit progressive, get in on that. You know what I mean? But hell, even like like it just gets so weird. Like I mean, when you think about it, like sometimes also I gotta say this about Las Vegas versus Quebec, which is kind of what I'm pissed at. Like, why didn't they put a team in Quebec instead of Seattle or Las Vegas? I think that this kind of goes back into the good commissioner, bad commissioner for expansion type thing. Gary Bettman hated the WHA, so you know, he tries to always screw the markets that were left behind by that. I don't know. That's just a theory, especially because Quebec is like crazy about hockey. They deserve a team. They would be. I mean, like if they have to expand again, then go to Houston. You put a team in Quebec because that's the right thing to do. I also think that Quebec is like the perfect hockey market. Maybe not the perfect ownership, but the hockey market. Yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna say with Las Vegas is that maybe they looked at the ownership group and was like, yeah, this team is committed. They're not like, you know, they're not like other ownerships where they're like, hey, we can skate by putting a bad team on the floor, ice, field, or whatever. We need to get a good team going out here because if we don't, we're screwed. And they did. They still have a good one. Last time I checked. But yeah, it's like weird because like I don't know, it's just economics, right? Like you win, you would draw more fans, especially like if you're an expansion team. And not the expansion teams like have it worse because like you don't have any history, you know. Relocated teams, at least you could be like, this is the personnel we got and all that. Let's see what the charge is on this controller. That's still good. Yeah, I'm just playing this game to like play it. I don't even know why anymore. I'm like, this guy above me is playing his music too loud. It's like, bro, I can hear you. Don't want to hear you. Yeah, I don't even want to play remote play right now. I'm just like done with it for now. Oh, come on, yeah, there we go. Two. I thought that was three, but it's two. All right. Yeah, I like these old Expos uniforms. They're actually pretty cool to me. There we go. See, that's why you put them up first. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna put on my YouTube. I've been doing this for too long. Alright, let's just stop this right here and stop the broadcast. See y'all in the next one. Signing off. See y'all later.